Hello everyone, this is Dr. Rajesh working as assistant professor in GMN College Ambala Kent. Today I am with you with my new video on projectiles. So in this video we will understand the definition of projectile. Okay, so what is projectile? Projectile is defined as an object upon which the only force is gravity. There is the only force that acts upon the body is force of gravity, and there is no other force except the force of gravity. So projectile is an object upon which the only force is gravity. So this is the definition of the projectile. So we must understand. Now next we will see that what are the different types of projectiles. So in this case we have this thing. This is the projectile dropped in downward direction, and this is the projectile thrown in upward direction, and this is the projectile thrown in the upward direction at an oblique angle with the horizontal direction. So these are the projectile. This is exactly in downward direction dropped. This is in upward direction, and this is upward with an angle, say alpha, with horizontal axis. So these all are the type of projectiles. This is downward falling freely, this is upward, and this is, and in all the cases the force of gravity is the only force acting upon the body, and this is in the downward direction. In this and this is very much clear that downward force is the only force. When we see this case, there is some confusion that how is this possible, that if force of gravity, that is, this is the only force acting upon the object, then how can it cause the motion in this particular direction? Let us we must remember the Newtonian law. Newtonian law says that force is required to maintain the acceleration, not to cause the motion. So here we are maintaining the acceleration, and the acceleration is very much clear that each and every point it is in the downward direction g, and horizontal acceleration is 0, because horizontal velocity is always constant. At every point the acceleration is being maintained, that horizontally it is 0 and vertically it is g, and horizontally it is 0. So if we say that this is moving upward and in rightward direction, then how can the horizontal component of the force could be 0? So we must remember again the Newtonian law that that force is required to maintain the acceleration, not to cause the motion. So we must remove this misconception that force is required to cause the motion in the rightward direction. No, force is required to maintain its acceleration, that is the vertically downward g, and horizontally it is 0 at each and every point. For to maintain this acceleration at each and every point, we require the force, and that force is required to maintain the acceleration, not to cause the motion. So therefore the only force acting at each and every point of the motion is the force of gravity in all the three cases, and this is the force of gravity. Next we will see that what is the effect of gravity upon the path of the projectile. We will see two cases when there is no gravity, and then we will see that when there is gravity. We will see this through an example, and the example is this one. Let a cannonball is fired in the absence of gravity, then it will move along the horizontal line only and will hit over here. But in case of gravity, there is constant downward acceleration acting upon the body that will cause it to move downward. Therefore, the motion in the presence of gravity will be in the downward direction, and in the absence of gravity it will be directly in the horizontal direction. It is worth noting in both the cases that the horizontal distance is remaining the same in both the cases, because the horizontal velocity in both the cases is constant. So the only difference the gravity here is making, that it is changing the vertical motion, it is changing the vertical acceleration. So therefore this will be the scenario in case of gravity. The motion will be like that, and in this it will be horizontal. That is only because of the downward acceleration. In both the cases horizontal velocity is constant, so that horizontal distance is not going to be different in both the cases. Next we will see what is the definition of a trajectory. Trajectory is the path followed by the projectile. It is given by this one. Trajectory is the path followed by the projectile. Like from here cannonball was shot and this is the path followed, so we can say that this is the trajectory of the projectile. Trajectory of projectile. So trajectory is simply the path followed by the projectile is called its trajectory. We can also show it with another example, like a ball is thrown, then the path followed by it is the projectile. It is clear from here. Ball is thrown by this man, then the path it follows is called its trajectory. So trajectory is the path followed by the projectile. So in this lecture we have studied the definition of projectile and what is the effect of gravity upon the path of the object. And next we have studied what is trajectory. So this lecture was very important because that paved the base for the further study of the projectile. So this is all I have from this lecture. In the next lecture we will be deriving the equation of motion of the projectile. So if you have liked the video, please like, subscribe, share and comment. And this is Dr. Rajesh saying you goodbye. Thank you for watching.